Let's jump right in. Welcome to this explainer, where we are going to explore the hidden blueprints that elite athletes, world-renowned artists, and visionary business leaders use to pull off the seemingly impossible. If you've ever felt stuck, just spinning your wheels trying to change your life, well, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're unpacking James Clear's groundbreaking framework from his work, Atomic Habits. We're going to see how literally microscopic changes, when you compound them over time, lead to these absolutely remarkable results. And more importantly, how we can apply the exact same systems top performers use every single day. Okay, let's start with a staggering number, 25 million. That's how many copies this guide has sold globally. Over 60 languages, it's cemented its status as a #1 New York Times bestseller and an absolute worldwide phenomenon. But why? Why has this specific framework struck such a chord with millions of people, from Fortune 500 CEOs right down to us everyday folks just trying to get fit? Well, it hits on this fundamental, exhausting frustration that practically every single human being shares, regardless of how successful they might look from the outside. Because look, we all want to improve, right? Whether it's to be healthier, more productive, or to master a new skill, the desire is totally there. But we have to ask ourselves, why do we continually struggle to break negative cycles, even when we have this burning desire to change? Honestly, even the absolute top high achievers face this. Picture a world-class author trying to write their next masterpiece. They've got the giant publishing deal, the ultimate goal, sky-high motivation, but they still find themselves staring blankly at a screen, procrastinating, falling for the exact same distractions we all do. No way, right? But it happens. The answer requires us to completely rewire how we think about self-improvement. So let's move into part 1, the myth of goals and rethinking progress. We need to start by completely shattering the illusion of traditional goal setting. And honestly, let's validate that intense frustration you've probably felt from sheer willpower fatigue. We're always told to set a massive goal and just, white-knuckle our way through it. But listen, if you are failing to change your habits, the problem isn't you. You are not the flaw. You don't like character, and you certainly aren't fundamentally lazy. Just drop that guilt right now. Relying on pure willpower is actually a biological trap. Even the most incredibly disciplined people run out of mental gas if they just muscle their way through a bad habit. James Clear points out that the real culprit is something else entirely. Bad habits repeat themselves over and over, not because you don't want to change, but because you are literally using the wrong system. Think about an amateur runner versus an elite marathoner. The amateur sets a massive goal, obsessing over crossing that marathon finish line. They focus entirely on that desired outcome. So when it gets really tough to run 10 miles on a cold, rainy Tuesday, their motivation just shatters. They're using the wrong system. But the elite marathoner? They practically ignore the finish line. Instead, they obsess over their daily frameworks for improvement. The proven system is about building a daily machine, laying out the running shoes the night before, eating the exact right meal at the precise right time, doing the same exact warm-up. It makes the good habit inevitable and the bad habit, skipping the workout, basically impossible. It all boils down to this absolutely profound truth. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. It's a real game changer when you realize our outcomes are strictly bound by our underlying systems, not our big aspirational goals. Think about it. Every single athlete at the Olympics has the exact same goal, right? To win the gold medal. The goal isn't what separates the winner from everyone else. The winner simply had a better system of continuous microscopic improvements. If your goal is a tidy house, but your system involves tossing your coat on a chair the second you walk in the door, you're always eventually going to return to a messy house. The system wins, every time.